What do you get when more than 700,000 people click a button that essentially says, "We want our government gone, please and thank you"? You get the political equivalent of a mass breakup via text message. And Sir Keir Starmer is about to find out just how brutal democracy can be when it's mediated by Wi-Fi and righteous indignation. Welcome back to UK Pancakes, where we serve up political disasters hotter than a Westminster radiator in August. And today's special is a Starmer soufflé that collapsed faster than his approval ratings. We're talking about a petition, so damning it's got MPs scrambling for calendar dates and Downing Street frantically drafting responses that sound like they were written by someone who's never met a voter in their entire life. Right? Let me set the scene for you because this is political theatre at its absolute finest. The petition demanding another general election has smashed through 3 million signatures, and MPs will debate it on January 6th, which, for those keeping track at home, is exactly when politicians would rather be anywhere else on oath. It's like scheduling a root canal during your honeymoon, except the root canal is your political career and the honeymoon was a brief moment when people actually thought you might be competent. But here's where it gets properly delicious. More than 400 voters signed the petition in Sir Keir Starmer's own constituency. That's right, folks, his own neighbors are essentially putting up a giant neon sign saying, "We want you out." It's like your own family members signing a petition to have you removed from Christmas dinner, technically legal, emotionally devastating, and absolutely hilarious for everyone watching from the sidelines. Now, the petition reads like a political death warrant. I would like there to be another general election. I believe the current Labour government have gone back on the promises they laid out in the lead up to the last election. It's beautifully simple, devastatingly effective, and about as subtle as a sledgehammer to the face of British democracy. When 3 million people essentially say, "We made a mistake. Can we have a do-over, please?" you know something has gone spectacularly wrong. But wait, there's more. Because this isn't just any old petition. This is actually the second massive petition calling for Starmer's head, after a previous one received more than 3 million signatures. At this point, it's not public opinion. It's a public intervention. It's like Britain collectively sitting Starmer down and saying, "We need to talk about your performance issues." The government's response is absolutely priceless. And by priceless, I mean it reads like it was written by someone who's never actually met a human being who pays taxes. They're out there saying, this government was elected on a mandate of change at the July 2024 general election, which is true, except the change people wanted was competence, not whatever this is. It's like ordering a chocolate cake and getting a burnt piece of cardboard with cake written on it in crayon. They are also banging on about fixing the foundations and delivering change with investment and reform, while 3 million people are essentially screaming you AIE the problem that needs fixing. It's like a doctor telling a patient they are feeling much better while the patient is actively on fire. The cognitive dissonance is so severe it should come with its own medical warning. And here's the absolute cherry on top of this political disaster Sunday. They mention the mythical £22 billion black hole again. This black hole has become Labour's answer to everything, like a fiscal version of the dog ate my homework. Economy tanking? Black hole. Unemployment rising? Black hole. Can't find matching socks? Probably the black hole's fault too. The timing of this parliamentary debate couldn't be more awkward if they'd planned it with a team of professional embarrassment consultants. January 6th is when MPs will gather to essentially discuss whether the government should fire itself. It's like being forced to attend your own intervention while everyone you know takes turns explaining why you're a disappointment. But here's where this story takes a turn that would make Shakespeare weep with envy. Starmer has been left bracing for a humiliating Westminster Hall debate because apparently even his own team knows this is going to be about as comfortable as a porcupine massage. When your political strategy involved bracing for humiliation, you might want to consider whether politics is the right career choice. The petition's success exposes something absolutely fundamental about British politics right now. People feel completely betrayed by a government they elected less than 2 years ago. It's like hiring a contractor to fix your house and then watching them systematically demolish every room, while insisting they are delivering value for money. The trust has evaporated faster than water on a hot stove. What makes this even more remarkable is the speed at which these petitions gain momentum. The latest petition smashed through 200,000 signatures in under 48 hours, which suggests that British voters aren't just angry, they're organizationally angry, which is infinitely more dangerous for any government. When people start coordinating their disappointment, you know you've moved beyond normal political turbulence into Mayday, Mayday, we're going down territory. The government's attempt to spin this as normal democratic discourse are about as convincing as a chocolate teapot's claims to be heat-resistant. They're essentially arguing that 3 million people signing a petition demanding their removal is actually a sign that democracy is working properly, which is technically true but misses the rather important point that democracy working properly in this case means people want them gone. Let's talk about what this Westminster Hall debate actually means, because it's not quite the political execution it might appear to be. The debate is actually designed to protect Starmer from complete humiliation. It's essentially a pressure valve that lets people vent without actually changing anything. It's like being allowed to complain to the manager, except the manager is also the person you're complaining about, and they've already decided they are not going to do anything about it. But the political damage is already done. When millions of people are actively campaigning for your removal less than 2 years into your term, you've achieved something truly spectacular in the wrong direction. It's like getting fired from a job before you've figured out where the coffee machine is, technically possible, but requiring a special level of incompetence. The broader implications are staggering. We're witnessing a complete breakdown in the relationship between the British people and their elected government. It's not just policy disagreements or normal political opposition. This is millions of people essentially saying we made a catastrophic mistake and we want a mulligan. When democratic legitimacy starts crumbling this fast, you know something fundamental has gone wrong with the whole system. What's particularly telling is how the government keeps falling back on technicalities and constitutional procedures instead of actually addressing why people are so angry. They're essentially saying we're legally entitled to stay in power while completely ignoring the fact that being technically correct and being politically viable are two very different things. The January 6th debate is shaping up to be one of the most awkward political events in recent memory. Picture dozens of MPs gathering to formally discuss whether their own government should exist, while 3 million signatures hanging over the proceedings like a sword of Damocles made entirely of public disapproval. It's going to be more uncomfortable than a family dinner where everyone knows about the affair but nobody's supposed to mention it. And through all of this, Starmer and his team are maintaining that everything is going according to plan, that they are delivering on their manifesto promises, and that the British people should be grateful for their expert leadership. It's like the captain of the Titanic insisting the ship is unsinkable while passengers are literally jumping overboard and starting their own petition for better navigation. The fact that the government is continuing to not go down well with the public according to political observers is possibly the understatement of the century. When 3 million people sign a petition demanding your removal, not going down well is like describing a house fire as slightly warm, technically accurate, but missing the full scale of the catastrophe. So here we are, watching British democracy play out in real time through online petitions and parliamentary procedures that were designed when the biggest political crisis was someone accidentally wearing the wrong wig to the House of Lords. The system is creaking. The people are furious, and Keir Starmer is about to discover that being Prime Minister is significantly harder when millions of people are actively campaigning for you to stop. Thanks for watching UK Pancakes, where we serve up the political chaos fresh from the Westminster kitchen, and the ingredients never stop being absolutely mental. If this petition pandemonium has left you as confused as a tourist trying to understand British queuing etiquette, smash that like button, subscribe for more democratic disasters, and let me know in the comments whether you think this debate will change anything or if it's just political theater designed to make people feel heard while changing absolutely nothing.